Hello everybody, in this video we are going to create a sign-in or login form and a sign-up or a registration form using HTML. Okay, in the previous video we talked about how to create a form. We talked about the various input types and some form elements that there exist in HTML. So we are going to put all the knowledge that we have learned in these videos into practice today and create our login form and a sign up form. All right, so that's what we're going to do. So let us start with the first form that we will create, that is going to be a login form. So we have our form element here, and inside that form element we will start by adding a field set, and I'm going to close the field set element like this. Inside the field set I will put my form elements, but let me start with a legend. Okay, so a legend here is actually going to be like the title of my field set, and the field set will be like a frame that will contain all the elements of my form. And here, as you can see, what is showing on the screen here, I have a frame which is the field set, and here I will say login form like this. Okay, so there you can see login form showing. And after I have done that, I will now start by creating the various elements that will appear, that will be part of my form. So let me start with a label. I will say label here for which is an attribute, and I will assign a value to this. So the first thing I will need to write here, I'll say username like this, and then we say enter your username, and I will close my label like this. So I will say break line, and here I will say input. So the username I will say that it is going to be a text field here, and then the ID must be equal to the what am I doing? Okay, yeah. So the ID must be equal to username, okay, because that's the value we assigned to the for attribute here. And then I will say the name of this text field or this input element is going to be username as well. Let me close the bracket. So now you can see how this is shown. And then I can break line as well. The next label here is going to be a label related to the password. Okay, if you are creating a login form, so you will need a username and a password. So here, as for the password, the for attribute, I will say password like this, and then I will say enter your password like this, close the label tag, and then the input, let's say type equals password. Okay, since this is a password and I'm going to use this specific input type of password, and I will say ID must be equal to this ID, the for attribute here, so that's same ID, that will be password, and then I can say that the name is equal to password as well. Let me close that. All right, so here I can say break line because I want the field to come down here. So that's it. And I can even add another break line here. Okay, that will be a lot more better, and I can add another break line here as well. So I have my no, not here. I will say copy this, paste it here. I have my enter your username, the username field, and then the password field. Okay. What I need to add would be the submit button. So I will say input type equals submit, and then value is going to be equal to login, like this. And let me close the bracket. So here is a simple login form that we can create. And let me remove this break line. Yeah, so this is our login form. All right. So what we can do is that I'm going to add an horizontal line here, maybe just to separate. I'll separate that. And then after that, I'm going to create another form. So this time around, we will want to create our registration form or the sign up form. So if I say form like this, I will need the field set and all of that. So let me just copy this, paste it here. So as for the legend, I'm going to recopy that. Let me remove this. I need to copy the field set and all as well. Copy it, paste it here. Legend. Here we will say registration form. Okay. So for the registration form here, oh, there's a typo. Let me correct that. So as for the registration form, I will first need a label. For the label here, I will need a full name. And I will say enter your full name. The input type, the ID will be full name. And then the name, I will say full name as well. Here, I would want the user to enter his email address. I can say that this label email, and then enter your email. The type of this input will be email, ID, email as well, and then the name, I will say email. So as for the password here, so we can say pass, maybe just to make a difference with the password that we used here. So we say pass here, pass down here, pass for the ID, pass here. All right, so we can also maybe copy and paste down here, remove this break line, and we would want the confirmation of the password. Okay, so this is going to be confirm your password as the text that will show on the screen. And then we have our input type that will also be password. Okay, the type will need to be password here. All right, that was my bad. It's right, password. So the input type is password, but as for the for attribute and the ID, is going to be passive. Okay, so now this is what is showing on the screen. You have a full name, email address, and the password to enter the password, confirm the password, and the input, the submit button, instead of writing login, we will say register. Yeah, that's it. So we can add some more form elements. For example, we can say that we want to add another label. I'll say label, enter your gender. I'll close the label here. And then I will say input type. So as for this one, we will need the radio button. So we'll say radio. And then ID is going to be equal to gender. Name equal to gender. Value equal to male. And then we say male. As for the text that needs to appear on the screen. And then we'll do it like this, break line. So that's basically what we can do here. All right. So we can add multiple lines here. So this input, I will copy it down. Let me copy. Why it's not working? Copy. Paste it. Paste it here. So here, instead of male, I'll say female. And I'll come here and change that to female as well. And then here, I'll say others and change this to others. So these are my radio buttons that will show on the screen. I can click, select, the gender. Let me add a colon here, for example. Yeah, I can say break line like this. All right. So that is how it's going to show. So yeah, as you can see, the radio buttons here are showing horizontally. I can make sure that they show vertically. So whatever suits you, you can do that. So if I say break line here, for example, they will appear down here. I can say break line here as well. There after the female. Yeah, so as you can see, this is how my registration form is going to show. All right. Let me reduce. So this is how it's going to show. Okay, so what else can we add? We can add another label. Maybe we say label like this and say enter your address. And then close the label tag. And down here, we will simply say that we want a text area. Text area, close text area, like this. Let's add break line here. Also add break line here as well. Let's remove this break line. Add another break line here. Yeah, so now you can see how this is showing. All right. We have our registration form, and as I was doing, you can also add the elements that you want to show on your registration form. And so that's a simple registration form that you can create in HTML, okay, using the various form elements that we talked about in the various videos that we discussed about form elements and form attributes and all of that. So here is the login form, and down here we have the registration form. Okay. So if I can increase it like this, see like this, let me on zoom. There you can see a lot more better how this is showing on the screen. So guys, for this video, we are going to stop here. As I said, I'm going to show you how to create a login form and a registration form using HTML, simple HTML. And this is how it is showing on the screen. I hope the video was informative enough. And if you have any question on what we have talked about in this video, feel free to write in the comment section. And if you have any suggestion, you can also feel free to mention that in the comment section. And if you like the video, don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel for more videos like this one. And we will meet in the next video.